Hi everyone. Today I'm going to do a Christmassy look for you because I am attending a tree lighting tonight, and so I want to be extra festive, and my skin is not looking super good this morning, so I'm going to take some extra steps, I think. I'm going to start with my Bare Minerals Prime Time. I think it's nice to have a primer like this kind, because it really makes your skin, it has like a powder finish, and it makes your skin look more flawless, which is always nice. So there we go. I'm also going to be at an event for a very long time and standing outside, so I'm going to take extra precautions to make sure my makeup stays where I put it and doesn't run. Okay. I'm gonna apply my foundation, and because I'm gonna kind of cover over, I don't even know what that is, some kind of allergy, I'm gonna use a sponge. Okay. I think that's pretty good. This is, by the way, called CoverGirl Clean, and I like it because it is very light. But if you're having a day like I am, where your skin is a little blotchy, maybe it's a little not enough coverage. But that's okay, because I am going to apply my trusty Bare Essentials over it, and that should hopefully, well, actually, before I do that, I'm going to use some concealer. And this is just a NYC concealer. I'm sure there are better ones that I could be using, but I can't ever bring myself to spend good money on things like concealer, because when I'm in Sephora, there are much more fun things I want to spend my money on. I'm going to put a little concealer on my lids as well. To kind of brighten up my eyes. Oh, that's already looking better, right? Alright, back to my pressed powder. This will just ensure that it all stays. Okay. There we go. Okay. Next, for some blush. Use a little of my darker blush and then contour part. I'm not going to do too much contouring because I want my face to look very bright, merry and bright. lighter blush. Here. A little on my nose, because it's okay to look like it's cold. I'm actually going to take just a little bit of this Makeup Forever white powder and just a little light brush here, and just use this on my highlight line. Just to brighten me up a little bit. Okay, next I am going to do my eyeshadow primer, my Urban Decay. You always want to kind of inspect your job after putting that on, because once it kind of sets, it really does stay, and then sometimes I get some under my eyes and then it looks weird all day. And over top of that, I'm gonna use my Christian Dior Pearlescent Cream eyeshadow just over the lid. And up here under the brow, and just a little in the crease area, so it doesn't look weird. Okay. So I'm going to start with my gold from Victoria's Secret. And it's an eyeshadow like this. And I'm going to draw a line up in the crease. And I'm using this because I want to be kind of precise with where I put it, and this has a nice little, like, a precise applicator. Okay. Going into my Cinderella palette, and I am going to use my angled brush and this color called Drizella right here, which is like a dark brownish gold. I'm gonna just go right in the corner, just a little, not a heavy application of that, just to give some dimension. And then I'm going to take this small brush and this color called Gus Gus and fill in over the Victoria's Secret line and over the top and up like towards the brow. And then this color called Charming. in the brown on top of that, that pearlescent cream shadow, which will make it very dramatic. I'm also going to take this Charming color and pat it onto my lid. So it's a really very light eyeshadow. It's light and some golds in the middle. That's all it really is for the shadow part. Then I'm going to take, oh, that's not the right thing. Here we go. I'm going to take my Urban Decay palette and use this green graffiti. And I'm going to use this liquid liner pen that I've used before. It's by Too Faced. And it's basically just a felt tip brush. And there's basically just water in here. It looks pink because that's the last one I used for it, but it's clean. I'm just gonna roll it in the green. And then line my eye all the way across. Let's do a little more than that. There we go. And I want to go kind of thick and high up there. Okay. And before that dries too much, I'm going to take my smudge brush and go into that green and press it over to set it, and that will also really bring out that color. I find that just doing the green eyeshadow, I mean, it's a quality one from Urban Decay, but I like putting the wet on first because it really, really makes it vibrant, which is what I want for a Christmas look, of course. There we go. I'm going to use that again in a second. All right. Feeling a little wet, so I'm just wanting to dry it a little. All right. I'm going to let that do its thing. And I'm going to work on the bottom for a minute. So I'm using my white NARS Larger Than Life Longwear eyeliner color along my waterline. And I am applying a pretty liberal coat of that because I want my eyes to look very bright. And I'm even going to bring the white out just under the green, which will give it a little bit even more vibrancy. It's also kind of an Audrey Hepburn thing. And into my Cinderella palette. Well, actually, no. I'm going to use my Makeup Forever with a little angled brush. And just go under my eyes. And I'm using this Makeup Forever color because there's a little bit of a gold sheen to it. It's really a pretty color. Whoa. That's okay. It's white. And even out on this little wing to kind of soften it. Okay. So, the top part has dried, so I'm gonna, I got this new product. It's Kat Von D. It's ink liner, and I have to say, I'm really not a huge fan of it. If you see, you know, this is the old one. This is the tattoo liner. This brush is very like paintbrushy, and it kind of drags and makes a nice line. And this ink liner is a little more, it has less give. It's more like using a Sharpie. And it makes a nice solid line, but you have to be really good at making a straight line because otherwise it makes a mess. And I'm not that good. Especially on an eye, which isn't like a perfect surface. But I'm just gonna start in the middle and go out just a little bit. I don't want to cover over that pretty green and white thing I have going. I don't think I'm gonna go all the way into the corner. Well, maybe a little. Yeah, that's good. Now you could skip this step entirely and not have the black. But I'm gonna be in front of an audience tonight, and I feel like having the black gives a little more definition. So not too crazy with the black. Alright, and then I'm going to do some nice lashes, starting with just a regular Estee Lauder mascara to kind of separate out and coat my lashes. And then finish off as I like to do with my Maybelline Stiletto. Oh, I just smudged some green onto my face. That's okay. Okay. I'm not putting any mascara on the bottom because I want that to stay kind of white and light. Okay. Now for the fun part. Well, let's do the lips first, I suppose. Just using a Sephora brand red lip liner. I have to say I love Sephora brand lip liners because they are very nice and they're $5. Whereas like you can spend a lot of money on a lip liner, but I mean, this does the job just fine. While I have this out, I'm going to go up here and twist it to make 3 dots on my face. I'm just gonna grab a Q-tip. Using my Guerlain. And I'm going to set this lipstick and the 3 dots I made on my face with my Ben Nye red eyeshadow using a Q-tip. So first I'm gonna just dab that on just so it stays. This will hopefully make my lipstick stay on longer. But I'm actually going to take this Revlon color Silver City Pink and just go over my bottom lip because it kind of just gives it a nice shimmer and looks like a highlight. Okay, next I'm going to, my hands are disgusting. I'm going to take a little brush and a little of my primer. I'm just going to paint that where I'm going to put my little design. And then I'm first going to take this LA Colors palette because it has this really nice hunter green color that I really like. And I'm taking just this small pencil-y type brush. And I'm gonna just kind of make little dots like that. Trying to give dimension to my design. And then I'm going to use this graffiti and blend down from that darker color. Okay, it'll look nice. Then, this is when I am happy to have my ink liner from Kat Von D, because I'm going to and if you want, because that black is a little dark, I'm going to go back in with the graffiti and kind of just go over it a little. And kind of mute out that black just a little. All right. I'm going to quickly do my brows. I'm just going to color them in a little bit. I'm not going to do anything crazy with them. But I do have that highlight going up into them, so I want there to be something there to meet the highlight. I'll put a little gel in them since, like I said, I'm going to be out all night, all day. All right. And there you have it. I hope you are having a Merry Christmas season. And I hope you enjoy this. Happy holidays.